What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. I'm having a pretty good day. Today, we're going to talk about a new loadout called the basically overpowered bone spear. Um, Before we do that, though, I want to say thank you to everybody that's been, showing some love on those videos that I've been making, and I really appreciate you guys, man. You guys are awesome. So keep it up, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you like the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and let's get into this loadout. So, first thing we're going to go through is what we're going to use on our person. The Maltorious Petrified Spike is basically the weapon that you want to go with, simply because of the Bone Spear now costs 50 essence and deals the extra damage. Because Bone Spear is what we're basing our whole loadout around. Our hands are the Pestilence, because we're using the whole Pestilence set. Each corpse you consume fires a Corpse Lance. We're not too worried about the Corpse Lance. It's not going to do very much damage. But right here is where we get into our Bone Spear. Bone Spear also gives you reduced damage taken up to 50%, and you'll pretty much have that up the whole time. The sixth set is you get the Empowered Bone Spear, and your next Bone Spear increases damage by 3,000%, and you'll have 100 stacks of those as soon as you get going into the Rift. It's pretty badass, man. So we have the Pestilence shoulders, Pestilence chest, Pestilence helm. We're using the Traveler's Pledge and Compass Rose combination to get a little bit more defense. I'm also using the Bane of the Powerful in the Traveler's Pledge, and that's so that you can take out those elites a little bit quicker. Plus you get that bonus damage after killing them. We're using these just for more defense, the Ancient Parthian Defenders. The next one is, this is one of the most important things, is the Brig's Wrath. This, I'm also using the Pain Enhancer inside the Brig's Wrath. This Brig's Wrath is what it does is it groups everybody up that's been cursed into one spot. And this is probably the only build out that I like to use that is gear dependent. Meaning you have to have certain pieces in order to make it work. And this Brig's Wrath is definitely one of them. We're using the Pestilence boots, the Pestilence legs, and the Cord of Sherma waist. And the reason why I do that is simply because of the slowing enemies and blinding them for 3 seconds. You'll actually see this happen quite a bit, even though it says just a chance on hit. It happens a lot. And that's mostly because of your first perk here, where your Corpse Lance, every time you consume a corpse, fires out a Corpse Lance. So that's the basic gear set, and like I said, this is the only loadout I like to use that is like strictly gear dependent. Other than that, I'm not a big fan of gear dependent loadouts. As far as the skills go, we're obviously using the Bone Spear. We're not using any essence regeneration. We're not using any primary. This is your primary skill right here, is the Bone Spear. And we're using the Shatter, which instead of passing through, it's detonating on the first enemy. And that was the whole reason why we need this Brig's Wrath, because as soon as this detonates, it's hitting everything in that area. I used the Blood Rush just to be able to move around a little bit faster. You can use whatever you want there. The Simulacrum with Blood and Bone, and what this does is when you hit your Blood and Bone, it actually gives you 3 people instead of 2. You got your Blood and your Bone, and then they're all throwing these, so that's kind of cool. Then I'm using Devour with Devouring Aura, simply because I'm kind of lazy and I don't want to keep hitting the button, and this just sucks up the corpses for me. Our curse is going to be Frailty with Volatile Death. So not only does your Bone Spear explode when it hits, but once they die, if they're cursed, they explode. So it does tons and tons of damage. And then Bone Armor with Dislocation to get them stunned, and plus it increases your damage and reduces the damage taken. As far as your passives go, I use the Sith just to gain 2 extra life and essence per kill. I use the Spreading Malediction because you want that extra damage when your enemies are cursed. Standalone, because we're not using any pets, might as well just grab that armor. And then this one, I use Serration, but you can pretty much choose whatever you feel comfortable using, just for some more damage. Inside our cube, we're using the Cycle of the Sith, and this is huge because you're doing, with your secondary skills, you're dealing an additional 300% damage while your bone armor is active. So we hit this and get our active bone armor, and then this is doing tons more damage because it's a secondary skill, even though it's in our primary spot. The Requiem Surplate, just to get that extra essence and life, and you'll see, like, when you first start the rift, that it is essential that you're getting that extra essence. And then the Crispin Sentence, obviously, for extra damage when they're slowed or blinded. So, control pairing effects. So that's pretty much the gear and the loadout right there, and I'm going to jump into the actual rift. Oh, they all just died. Get into the rift, and you'll be able to see how this loadout works. So, I'll be right back.
I wish you luck.
Alright, let's get this rift started. Here we go. Oh, we're going to run into this champion pack first, and I find the hardest part about most of these loadouts, especially when you're doing a harder rift, is getting that first Nephilim globe. So there we go. We're going to get it right here. But I ran and found something a little squishier in order to get that first globe, and these guys end up dying a lot faster once you have that double damage. So we got our first set done, and now it's just a matter of doing your rotation. So the rotation is going to go, here we go, let's get a little bit closer. We're going to hit them with our curse, that Brig's Wrath, to gather them up, all of them up together. Excuse me, words today. And then we're going to hit them with that Bone Spear. That Bone Spear does a ton of damage with all of the bonuses that we have going on. So we hit, once again, we hit with our Brig's Wrath, our curse, which is the Frailty curse. And then make sure you pop your bone armor. And then you hit him with that Bone Spear. This guy is, these guys are a little bit tougher right here, because when you get a pack of just one or two, especially when it's a champion or elite, it's a little bit more difficult. We're trying to get extra damage from when the ads and the bosses and everything, when they explode, they do the bonus damage for us. So if you don't kill them with the first Bone Spear, that explosion should finish them off. We gather them up, make sure we hit our bone armor, having that active, and then we throw our spear at them. Boom! You just see them melt. Now this works even better when you have a nice juicy rift. Right now this is kind of a weak rift. We only have a few enemies sporadically scattered here and there. But once you get a big pile of them, see, that was a pretty good pile. When you hit them with that bone spear, you just see everything just melt away. And you can tell with our belt, and then we have all of these corpse lances going everywhere. Once they do the hit, we have a good chance of getting that blinding effect, and that blinding effect also procs that Crispin Sentence. Look at all these guys, they're blinded, and just boom, big damage against blinded enemies. We got a cooldown. Yeah, greatly reduced cooldown is even better for our bone armor. Be able to pop that bone armor a lot more often. You can get that Crispin Sentence proccing a lot more. There's a blinded area. Those guys can't attack when they can't see. That was a good grouping right there. See them all just dead after one Bone Spear. This Bone Spear can hit like a truck, man. Oh, that guy didn't die. That's alright. There's only one guy. Keep moving. Sucking up those corpses, getting that stack of 100. To have that 3,000% Bone Spear damage. You got the stack of 100. Dead. Group them together, dead. Group them together, dead. Grab that Nephilim globe, can't let that go down. There's a blinding effect. Bone armor, yeah. Now we're going. So if you guys are liking these videos, make sure you let me know in the comments, and I can continue to keep doing them. Or if you'd rather see a different class with a different loadout, let me know. Right now I'm having a lot of fun playing with this Necromancer, but I also have a Wizard and a Demon Hunter and a Crusader that I can play with too. We got this champion pack up here, trying to get a few more guys around here. When they explode, do that extra damage. Like I said before, man, it's a little bit more difficult when there's only one or two guys to, especially with champion packs and elite packs and juggernauts and whatnot, be able to kill them off. But once you get a whole bunch of people around them, it's pretty much over for them. This guy is just a solo guy. He takes a couple spears. Those guys, dead.
That needs to recharge.
Keep moving. Let's see if we can't find some more big packs. A nice juicy pack for us. By sucking up all these corpses and stuff, you really don't have to worry too much about your essence or your life. You're getting all that back. Oh, we just got a damage buff. Now it's all over for them.
Give it more time.
There's no saving you. Ooh, here's a nice group. There's another nice group. Look at them all just going. Getting melted.
Weakness consumes you.
Group them up. Knock them down. Corpse Lance doing his damage. It doesn't do too much, but it does proc the blind. And that's a good thing for the stun and allowing you to proc that Crispin. Get wrecked, man. You guys are getting wrecked quick. So less than a month away from having Destiny come out, and I'll be playing a lot of that. If you guys want to see some Destiny gameplay, I hope you do. I enjoy playing it. Another one of those games that can be monotonous at times, and there's only 3 characters, but I think this build is going to have a lot more ways you can build your character. Not nearly as many as say a Diablo has, but it's also, you know, a first-person shooter, and I like first-person shooters too. You see some of my Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4 gameplay. You look way back in the videos. Here we go. We got another champion pack. These guys explode. I hate exploders.
That needs to recharge.
One guy left. There we go. Now we got our little globes that we need to get our Rift Guardian. And let's move on to the next area. Hopefully there's a few more guys to kill down there. Oh, I wanted to kill those guys. Oh well. A little too close to the door, I guess. Area 2. Let's get into it. A little over 3/4 of the way to our Rift Guardian. And this one seems to be pretty weak too as far as the Rift goes. That's alright. We'll finish this off quick, and you guys pretty much have the gist of how this loadout works, so we should be good. There we go. Group them up. Knock them down. Group them up. Knock them down. Yeah. Last bit, I think. We're closing in on that Rift Guardian. With the Rift Guardian, I'm going to use my Simulacrum.
I must wait.
I don't even know if that's how you're supposed to say it, but that's how I say it. But that blood and bone, man, you just melt people with it. Having 3 people shooting your bone spear on a cursed enemy, it's all over for them. There we go. Let's get our Rift Guardian down. Hit him with our curse, hit him with our bone armor, get our Simulacrum out, and he's dead. So I hope this has, helped you guys at all, and if it did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and you guys have a great day. God bless.